Welcome everybody, welcome back to the studio segment. No, I'm going to be very sad about it. My PCR does not allow me to do the other work I have to do, yeah. How is this so cool? Fine, we let that be, yaar, Mamba. We are here, back again. Let's exchange energy. Goku and Vegeta, back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Mahayuddh, Mahasangram, सिर्फ और सिर्फ ESL इंडिया प्रीमियरशिप 2018 के मंच पर आपको देखने को मिलेगा अगर आपने सब्सक्राइब बटन प्रेस किया है या बेल आइकन बटन प्रेस किया है.
And then you'll get the notification.
नहीं तो आप ये नहीं देख सकते. ये महायुद्ध, ये महासंग्राम आपके स्क्रीन पर. Okay, now after I vented out my anger and frustration, everybody. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. ATE versus VAC Banned is what we have lined up for you guys today in the CS:GO segment. So Mamba, okay, stop looking at me with so much anger and hatred, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? I'll let Mamba also take over for some time, but only after we introduce the teams to you guys. Let's start off with ATE. Alright, Kappa, Ritz and gang there. That's ATE gaming for you guys. Mama, what do you have to say about this team?
I mean, I could go on and on about these guys, right? Because these guys have been around for such a long time. But there are two new players. They are Hellfighter and Deathmaker. So these two new kids have been impressing me. They've been impressing me a lot because of the way they've been playing, and they've been blowing all of us away. Because we've seen them play for teams like Goutfits. I mean, G Outfits. I mean, Adi's gonna get triggered by this because there are a lot of people who used to call it Goutfits because that's a disease.
Me and Adi have also made quite some.
It's G Outfits, but it's just a force of habit because of hearing it so many times.
Or is it Go Outfits?
It's G Outfits. It's not GOO. It's only GO.
No, maybe the other O is silent. It's a part of that O. You know how logos are.
It's invisible anyway, but nonetheless, it's called G Outfits.
Gamers. I caught you there.
It's a company which stands for Gamers Outfits because it sells T-shirts.
I'm just messing around. Mama, you know me, buddy. You know how I am, man. I like messing with you, man.
Both of us know each other, but the viewers would probably get confused, right? So for the benefit of the viewers.
They're just enjoying the show, aren't you, people? Of course, how can you? You did not press the subscribe button. You did not press the bell icon button.
It's alright. They are gonna do that. But talking about these guys.
No, Mamba, I'm angry with them. After what day of the Premiership is it today? Mahadev. Oh my God, this Mamba is no different from the Loki from Thor Ragnarok. You see, this is what he does to buy time in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Sly tactics.
It's about my floor manager not being here and helping me with my headphones because it's kind of hard to wear it. Yeah, it's a cable which is getting messed up. So, but yeah, talking about getting back to the teams, right? AT Gaming obviously have been around for a really long time, and Ritz, by the way, has lost a lot of weight. I mean, he has been going to the gym, and his picture was quite evident.
Yeah,
picture, he has lost a lot of weight, but in the game, though, he's still a heavyweight. In the game, these guys still have their stature, even though they are old players. Even though the reflexes might not be as sharp, but the experience kicks in. And well, the best part is they have the young talent, Deathmaker and Hellfighter. These guys can step up when they have to, with their individual skill, with their raw firepower and raw talent, and there's enough experience to back them up. And then there's Kresh, who's between both of these guys.
Interesting. In fact, let's look at the opposition here. Team VAC Banned. That's VAC Banned for you, ladies and gentlemen. Mamba, you had something to add.
Oh yeah, VAC Banned. I mean, it's all right. So even though there are certain people, a lot of people think this team is more than capable of putting a better performances, but for some reason these guys haven't been able to do that. And I've mentioned this before as well, that they've had certain players going away. But Ranekaka has been very impressive. I actually played a few pugs with Spawn about 3 or 4 weeks back, and I was just going around chilling. And Spawn is a pretty decent player as well. He has that awareness.
I mean, if you're in the Masters League, you're all good players. I mean,
you are good players, but there's something I'm still yet to figure out. The reason behind their performance is the reason behind the lack of their exceptionally good performances, because even though they have the capability, even though they have the potential, they've still not been able to surprise us all that much.
Alrighty then. Then let's quickly move on to the map pick veto and see what's in store for us there, because that's going to pretty much sort out everybody's. Okay then.
Mirage, alright. I mean, alright, so Inferno being banned out by AT Gaming, it's not surprising, but it's just been one of those maps which I would not expect to be the first ban. But even though, I mean, I haven't been able to follow CSGO all that much, I've not been able to follow ESL in the Premiership due to exams, so I'm not quite sure what the exact veto usually is. But Train being the perma ban for VAC Banned, it's pretty evident. Train being banned out first, Nuke also being banned out, not at all surprised, right? The Opass and Dust 2, obviously no one wants to play Dust 2 because no one has really played Dust 2 after it came back in. Opass, not that surprised, but Mirage, now this is where things start getting a little tricky, right? Even though they've been even though I'd probably give AT Gaming an upper hand, but since it's a map like Mirage, I think
it's a more puggy style game.
Puggy map, yeah,
you're going to
obviously.
see.
We've been
it's all
saying this
aim-based hits coming from left, right, center. People going underpass, hitting them from across A. Then
yeah, it's actually, underpass control is one of those things which is actually pretty crucial. And being the terrorist while you're trying to take that control, your timing has to be exceptionally on point. I'll tell you why. Because even if you have high mid control, right? Just in case if these if anyone,
like
for example, if an AWPer manages or an assaulter manages to jump down window and catch you off guard, then you have literally nowhere to fall back to. It's a straight tunnel. There are no left or right exits, so it's a very crucial point for the map control, because if you have high mid control, if it's late in the round, right? So usually you'd see teams taking underpass control late in the round. So alright, so it's a little difficult to explain like this without being in the game actually. But I just go on to say that the timing for taking underpass control is pretty crucial.
Indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the map there. In fact, let's have a map video in order and see what the map is all about.
Mirage. While Mirage relies heavily on middle control, thus enabling the terrorists to oscillate to either bomb site, it offers a different dynamic of seizing bomb sites instantly through carefully placed smoke grenades.
Alright, that's Mirage for them. The viewers. I'm like, what more do I add? Aim-based map, puggy gameplay.
No, obviously, but the mid control also plays an important part.
Oh, of course, you've already spoken about it. Like the underpass control and the mid control both go hand in hand.
One of the most important things I feel that even though when you get the underpass control, right, it opens up a lot of more room for you to take connector control, or maybe just try and get that pick towards connectors, right? Because once the opposition knows that you are towards connector, they have to concentrate. When you are towards underpass, they have to concentrate towards connector, and that just makes the job for the CTs really hard. Because, for example, imagine if they're playing A retake, right? So if there's a guy towards the CD spawn, there's a guy playing mid, and there are two guys towards the B bomb side, and one of the guys is down. It just makes the situation a little too difficult, right? So I think it's one of the most crucial things in the map to take care of. And one of the other things that I've been really happy about and seeing this thing is that we've had teams which go for B executes. We've always seen teams going towards A execute for the A execute, because certain smokes towards B bombs are really precise, I'd say. For example, the pillar smoke. I remember this was back in 2016, by the way. I was playing for Simplex, and we used to scrim against Brutals and all of these guys. And even in Simplex, right, or even for Brutals, sometimes they would fail the smoke, and it was a pistol round strat where you just smoke off short, smoke off both the pillars, throw a flashbang to blind anyone towards short or towards a bench. That opens up the entire bomb set. So what you do is, the first two guys, since short is smoked off, the CT still needs some time to react, right? They cannot push the smoke, they'll get overwhelmed. The first two guys will go and take kitchen control. And this is something that was in the meta for a while. It's went away. We've seen new executes coming in as well. I'd be really happy if we could see that again today.
All right. We'll take a look at the standings now. Yep. We need the standings. We need the standings to understand how this game is going to tip off. Because VAC Banned in the 11th position, ATE Gaming the 7th. They're in the cushy spot, but they're borderlining the danger zone here, Mamba. So anything can happen. Well,
that's absolutely true.
But in comparison to the fact that the kind of firepower VAC Banned is facing, I'm sorry, I'm not against you guys, gentlemen, at VAC Banned. It's just that it would be nothing short of a miracle.
But I'll tell you what. So if you look at the standings very carefully, right? War, probably Yeti and Slaughter Rage Army. These are the only three teams that VAC Banned would probably have an easy run against. Invictus, Entity Gaming, Brutality, Portal Esports, Intensity, Pune 5. All of these guys are so individually
The
skilled.
big guns, they're howitzers waiting to fire, man.
Exactly,
Like, I
and
mean,
it just makes your life really hard because when you are in a group of teams in the Masters division, right? Putting up those consistent performances against players like these guys, against people like
tough,
these guys,
tough.
it's extremely difficult. Believe me, because
Not impossible, but tough.
it's tough because the other team is consistent as well in their efforts, and that is the reason why they're sitting on top of the scorecard on the leaderboard. So I still give props to VAC Banned because of the way they've been playing. Even though it was one of those teams which I didn't really expect in the Masters division in the first time itself in the summer season, but they were still invited because they put up consistent performances last year. But it's just a little upsetting because we expect better of them. It's not about we have something against them, but it's just that we expect better of them because we know the potential that these guys carry.
Alrighty then. So then let's quickly head off into the game and see what's in store for us there.
Good evening, dear viewers. Welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. We're well underway with the Masters League. And today's game is going to be played between ATE Gaming and VAC Banned. And joining me today is, well, the skeptical yet positive, the one and only Mr. Aditya Adisha.
Thank you, Fet. Yes, skeptical and positive. I like that. I definitely like that. VAC Banned's going to be starting off on the T side and AT on the CT side because they've won the knife round. And it does look like it's going to be a fast execute onto the A bomb side. The flashes are pouring in and it is that Apps Flood. Hellfighter, though, is going to get the first frag. He's going to get a second one tap onto spawn. He's not going to be taken down. He's still alive and kicking. The bomb site has been run over, but no casualties for the CD side yet. Kappa does fall, but Ryder does reply back, and Hellfighter with the third for the round on Jimmy. Wow, that was a fast round, and Ranikaka is going to be taken down by Ritz as well. And that's actually a really clean hold coming in from AT.
Yeah, just one casualty, and my god, that stack towards CT, it's like VAC Banned took that bait, hook, line and sinker. It was a retake play towards the A bomb side being set up by ATE, and kudos to them, they never had to retake anything. It's basically the frags were presented to them on a silver platter, and Hellfighter going huge for his team. 3 frags for him on the opening round. And if you let this man get a start, he's gonna be scary for the rest of the game. He has been one of the standout performers for ATE, and that's basically, he's off to a flying start. That's all I can say. But now is the true litmus test. It's the anti-force. Adi, how many times have we seen these rounds not go as we have predicted?
Every time when SRA hasn't played. I think SRA is the only team who has a near 80% record of winning their anti-force spells. And that's surprising, right? Because SRA has finished all their matches and they're sitting at 5 wins and 6 losses on the leaderboard. So I think they need to work on their gun rounds, considering they've won so many pistols and anti-ecos. But yeah, I mean, it's a slow round now coming out by VAC Banned. A lot of CZs actually. Armor on everyone. No grenades though, which is gonna hurt them. Spawn's gonna be taken down by Hellfighter. He's being aggressive at the A ramp position. And Kappa, if he's patient, he can definitely spot out Freekill and Chris, who were just standing below them. Deathmaker making a lot of noise. Jimmy sneaked in to the B bomb side. He's gonna get a flag onto Ritz, but Kappa is patient. He's gonna get Chris. And the Jimmy, though, he's still alive. Deathmaker is finally going to put him down. And that leaves Freekill, who's been spotted out, making a lot of noise. Deathmaker is going to mop up with that frag as well. And a clean anti-eco coming in from ATE just because you demanded it, Fed.
And that was pristine. Just one casualty of war. And I think against the force buy, that's a pretty decent outcome. Ritz does get taken out. But again, Hellfighter, Deathmaker, Kappa all chiming in with kills of their own. And Hellfighter, yet another multi-kill round. I told you, this is one guy who you need to keep an eye out for. And it's a shame that he couldn't make it for the Optic tryouts, because I'm pretty sure, given his level of impact that he's been consistently having throughout this season, he stood a very good chance of making it.
Yep, the Optic tryouts are the reason why we didn't have a live game yesterday for you guys as well. We decided to give the teams, the chance, because we want to uplift Indian esports and uplift the players, and Optic is doing that in India. So we were like, all right, take your day off, we'll reschedule the game for you, even though it's against our rules, because It's like an emergency situation and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So why not? But VAC Banned is going to be eco now this round. And I do want to point out, by the way, VAC Banned has played this map twice, Mirage that is, twice in the ESL India Premiership prior to this game. And they've lost both the times, once against Too Easy and once against Portal Esports. And both of them were pretty convincing losses as such. Like, I think they lost 16-11 to Too Easy. And Portal Esports dismantled them 16-6.
Yeah, it was 16-6, and which is why this veto kind of surprised me, because VAC Banned are not comfortable on Mirage, and well, ATE has struggled on Inferno, so whereas, well, these guys, VAC Banned, are more or less comfortable on Inferno. See, that's what happens when you don't really have a map pool. Okay, then Ryder is getting ridden by Free Kill Wow's knife. That's an easy stabby, shanky. But Hellfighter, he's gonna pick up the kill, and Jimmy could get the plant in. Indeed, he does. That's mission accomplished for VAC Banned, even though, you know, ATE again just lose one player, but they get a stabby in, which is $1,500, and the plant, which is $800 extra. So VAC Banned basically are going to be swimming in money. At least one player is going to be swimming in that cash. He's going to be channeling his inner Scrooge McDuck. That is going to be free kill, but that $800 extra means everyone can have everything they've ever wanted, including utility, the AWP, AK-47s, armor, you name it, they've got it. And ATE, it's going to be the same story for them as well. Ryder with the AWP out on them, and Ritz deciding to continue with that UMP. It's more or less players from ATE just carrying their buy forward. It's just right. Wow. Ryder not putting that op to any use. Kappa should look to upgrade, or Ritz maybe can take up the op. He was in his heyday an opper as well. And Kappa no slouch with the zoom banger either.
Yep, and that knife actually was the difference there. That it's the reason that Freakill could actually pick up the op and give it to Jimmy, because everyone else was sitting at about $5,000 while Freakill was sitting at $6,800, which means that he could have all the armor, the op, everything. Nobody had to go glass cannon basically, and hence that op came out, and that op already got the first pick in this round. So really important frag there. Kappa though with the re-aggression, and Rani Kaka is gonna fall, but but at least the man advantage basically has been neutralized. And Freakill though, he's gonna punish Kappa while he's trying to fall back. And again, it's what? Another trade. I don't understand why Chris just walked out of the apartments there.
I mean, it's I can only attribute it to one thing, and that is lack of communication. Considering that Chris was the passive lurk, there's no reason for him to, you know, show his presence at that time that he did, given the rest of the scenario in the round. Spawn is gonna smoke off B short.
I think it missed.
Oh yeah, I think it landed on the roof. Yeah, it missed by a mile.
Super general.
Super general.
The Deathmaker is gonna burn Spawn alive. Jimmy with the op. Oh right, from B short. I thought that was close range, but from B short, covering his teammate. The bomb plant's gonna come in. Ritz, is he gonna expect it? That's a great shot onto Freakill. The adjustment was just right for him. Jimmy now in a 1v2 situation. Ritz and Hellfighter, they should be able to trade this in. They should be able to do it. It's a quite ooh, Jimmy missing the shot. He shouldn't have missed that, and now he's gonna switch over to the CZ. He's trapped between a rock and a hard place. Ritz is gonna take him out with the USP, and ATE. Not as clean as they would have liked it, but at least it's the 4th round on the board. And for VAC Banned, they got the bomb plant in, so they're probably going to buy into this round as well, and that's good for them.
Yeah, I could literally see Ritz tap dancing by Empty Pillar there, like in his head. I could hear it from all the way here in Bangalore. Him singing, Jimmy, 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 Aja, 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 Aja.
What?
Dude, you really need to get up to date with your Bollywood, man. Come on. This is like an iconic song from the, you know, golden era of Bollywood.
I mean, so you're saying the golden era of Bollywood, basically when there was no internet, no nothing, where we couldn't get Hollywood movies in India. That was the golden age of Bollywood?
Man, you South Bombay people know. Like, you're from Mumbai, brother. Bollywood. This stuff is great. Anyway, Kappa, he's gonna go pushing up mid. And, well, VAC Banned are gonna be able to, you know, cobble together a buy. 5 smokes at least, 1 flashbang. Not the best in terms of utility. It looks like it's gonna be an out-and-out execute to one or the other bomb site.
Yep, a slow round coming in though by VAC Banned. They do seem to have faked towards the A site a little bit, and now it does pull in the rotation from ATE. In fact, but all of VAC Band's players are on their bike. They're hightailing it towards the B bomb site. But Ritz does get the first frag onto Jimmy, and now the rotation is being called back at the double rotation. Basically, Ritz with another frag onto Free Kill Wow, with a third onto Rane. He's unstoppable right now. That op, with a fourth spawn could not do anything. Nobody's even touched him till now. And Kappa, 12 points of health on Chris. He just barely managed to get that frag, but Hellfighter is gonna finish off the round. Another clean round coming in from ATE. 4 out of their 5 rounds, they've had at least 4 players alive, and now you can see it in their economy as well. Ritz is sitting at $10,000, Kappa's at $9,000, everybody else is above $4,000, and wow, ATE just look completely in control right now. And maybe VAC Banned sort of had maybe they thought they could do it on Mirage, because the time ATE's played this game, right, they've only played this once, this map, against SRA, and that at that time they won 16-14 against SRA. So maybe VAC Banned was like, there might be something with their Mirage, something we can exploit, but doesn't look the case right now. It doesn't look like there's any chink in the armor of this ATE defense.
One thing though I'd like to point out, Adi, is that VAC Banned bought 5 smokes and threw exactly 0 smokes that previous round. What was the point?
True. That was a fake towards the A bomb site.
Okay.
There were 3 smokes.
Well, then that was... Wow.
Yeah, the fake worked as well, actually, but Ritz getting that first frag, and he was aggressive onto the B apartments, right? So that's what gave AT the advantage and the information. But anyways, it's an eco coming in by VAC Banned. They're rushing B, and the CT's Deathmaker's going to be the first point of contact. He's going to get 2 frags before he's going to get traded out by Rane Kaka, who's in turn traded by Ritz. It's just Chris Overlord alive now, and he's going to find Kappa looking the wrong way. Can he do any more economic damage in this round? Ritz is going to spot him out. He's going to miss the frag though, but Ritz will finish him off with the P250. And it's a cleanish round. It's not bad.
No, again, 3 players staying alive, pretty good. Straight up B rush, you expect to get at least a couple of frags. Kudos to kudos to ATE Gaming that they actually prevented that bomb plant from going in. And see, the fact of the matter is, at this point, VAC Banned, like, it doesn't really matter if they do the economic damage, because slowly the game may start to slip away from them. Yes, they're on the T side. Mirage is a heavily CT-sided map, but given the current meta, you'd at least expect to put 6 rounds on the board if you want to stay competitive in the second half. Bear in mind, this is not an MR30, it's a best of 30, so the first to 16 wins. So you don't get to play 15 rounds on each side, so you need to make each round count. And VAC Banned right now seem a bit too callous. Like, they've tried the slow approach, they've tried the fast approach on their, ecos. Nothing seems to be going their way. They've even tried a fake, but
I sorry to cut you off. I think they need to go back to the basics of Mirage, right, which revolves around mid control. I can't remember any round that they've gone for mid control. I think even in their gun rounds, they've just gone for like this elaborate fakes or executes and things like that. They haven't. I think they just need to go back to basics of right now. And by the way, the pause is because Rane Kaka has quit his game. Maybe he rage quit, but no, he didn't really. He's having some FPS trouble, so he's just restarting his game. He'll be back in about 30 seconds to a minute, and we'll get back into it.
I mean, but even during warm-up, right after the knife round, we saw Rane Kaka time out of the server having PC issues. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back soon enough. In the meantime, ATE, even though they're playing a very standard 2-1-2, VAC Banned don't seem to have a read on that, because they're walking into bomb sites like fairly casually. Again, they had a flashbang for B, but I don't think they ever ended up using it the round that Ritz just went absolutely apeshit on them with the AWP, getting that insane 4K. And I think what VAC Banned need to do is utilize this timeout, take a step back, take a couple of deep breaths, and just, calm their nerves. They need to tell themselves, guys, it's Mirage, we know this map inside out. Let's just do it. Let's just try something different. As you correctly pointed out, they've not gone mid even a single round. They've just gone straight up A or B. relying too heavily on the executes. And the thing is, at this level, right, the meta has evolved to the point that you can't just be relying on a set smoke execute on towards any bomb site, knowing fully well that the CTs are armed to the teeth with utility. They're just gonna Molotov you out, they're gonna keep flashing you, you're gonna be blinded, your executes. By the time you actually make your way onto the bomb site, your health's gonna get whittled away by the HE nades, by the Molotovs, and you're gonna be blind most of the time because of the flashbangs.
Yeah. They have like 1 minute and 55 seconds now, right? Since the changes by Valve to actually to plead out that counter-terrorist utility, and I think they need to use that the entire time that they have available to them to to make AT sweat, basically. It's something you need to do. And Mirage it's not really a series-sided map anymore. I think it's more of an even map, maybe 8-7, 9-6. So anything below that for VAC Banned, anything below 6 or 7 rounds, and it's just gonna be it's not gonna be enough, I think.
Yeah, like I said, you need at least 6 rounds on the T side to make it competitive for yourself. Otherwise, you're just digging yourself deeper and deeper into your own grave on the CT side. Now, yeah, historically it has been a CT-sided map, but the thing is, the way the current meta works and how reliant it is on economy control, on the CT side, you lose a few crucial players on a few crucial rounds and your economy is shot to shit. And then you're just playing catch-up for the rest of the half. And you don't want to be in that position. I like where ATE's money is right now. They've gotten themselves a security buffer so that even if they lose this round, they have more than enough to go for a full proper buy in the next one, and maybe even cobble together another buy just based off of that 12k on Ritz. It's going to be difficult. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but they can go for it. However, like, they are in such an economic position that they can get away with just one eco in that case, if indeed they do get broken at some point.
Yep. But anyways, this elongated delay is still due to Ranekaka missing from the server. And our admins have told them that I think they only have about a minute left in their timeout, in their technical pause. And we do afford the teams 15 minutes of a timeout, by the way, and they already used 7 or 8 minutes right in the start because, again, Ranekaka was having some PC issues. I think they need to pick up some omens, dude. Some omens. The Omen laptops? or even the smooth product placement, smooth plugging. But yeah, honestly, I have the Omen laptop, right? And it's really, really stable. And at least for CS, it's really good enough because 120 Hertz and everything. It's not, Plus, I could probably plug it in using the mini DisplayPort into a nice 240 Hertz monitor. 300 FPS easy. Maybe they should buy one of those.
See, the problem with most laptops and plugging it to an external display is, unless you have a USB Type-C pass-through, you do get noticeable input lag quite a number of times. So, again, I haven't tested the Omen. I haven't tested, it in a while, so I wouldn't know whether that's... But again, Hellfight, he's just going to lay down the spray down. He's not going to be taking any funny business from VAC Banned, and they're just going to walk out. And again, like I said, it's the counter flashes, the nades, the utility usage from ATE. It is on point. And considering how dominant they were 5v5, 4v5, I do not see this going the way of VAC Banned. Indeed, it does not. It is a massacre. It is slaughter at the gates.
But no harm, no foul. Ranekaka is back into the server now. And he has a lot of money, actually.
I mean, yeah, he can drop an AK, I think, over
2 AKs. He dropped 2 AKs over, by the way, and he sacrificed a little bit of utility, but the rest of his team is making up for it. But really, I think VAC Banned right now needs to go for some mid control and just go back to the basics. Again, they tried something elaborate. They tried to walk out dry into A. I mean, not really elaborate, but something different. But finally now they're going for mid control, but the smoke has missed. Kappa is gonna get the frag onto free kill. Jimmy's gonna get the trade, but Ritz is there for the instant trade. Ranekaka again walking out of the smoke, and he's gonna get punished for that by Hellfighter. It's just, I mean, even when they go for it, what's with that mids? How can you miss that, the cross smoke? No, I mean, I can understand missing the window smoke, directly from CD spawn, because that's actually from T spawn, sorry, because that's actually a difficult smoke. But yeah, I mean, VAC Banned's sitting at the 11th position and in the Masters League, so I think we can tell why.
And Adi, what am I watching right now? Because, like, okay, you missed the mid smoke, crossing smoke. That's a strict no-no. And then you see that you've missed the crossing smoke. Why not just lay down another? Like, why walk out like lambs to the slaughter and then the player walking out A ramp? What was he thinking? But again, credit where credit is due. ATE pouncing on the opportunities that, you know, the mistakes from VAC Banned are Alright. Okay, this is just adding insult to injury. Chris getting deep fried in T ramp. My god. Adi, just
Look, I mean, I can understand what Ranik, not Ranik Haka, whoever it was at T ramp. Actually, it was Ranik Haka. He walked out of the smoke at T ramp, right? I'll tell you when that works. That only works if your teammates at middle have got enough frags, have got a frag or two, right? And a couple of trades or something or the other that forces the A ramp defender to reposition. But instead, he just walks out when all of his teammates are dead. And finally, they get the smoke right. Ryder does get flashed, but he does fall back. That Molotov is absolutely pointless. It goes straight into the counter-terrorist smoke. And now, again, finally, actually, VAC Banned have mid-control without any casualties. But as soon as I say that, Kappa from above the smoke takes out Ranik Haka in the underpass. But Jimmy is there for the trade. And now, finally, VAC Banned with some semblance of control in this, in map control that is in this round.
You know, the moment you said that, I think Kappa in his own head heard it and went like, Kappa, and got that kill. But yeah, like you said, traded out, it's still even. Stevenson, where, how, what?
Jimmy sneaking in from the CD spawn. Deathmaker, though, he's still gonna be able to get a frag. In fact, he gets a second. What are VAC Banned doing? That's absolutely disgusting by Deathmaker, though. In that position, he shouldn't have got even one frag, and Ryder's there to close it out with two. Jimmy had everything going for him. VAC Banned had everything going for them. They had the backstab from the market position. But somehow, the heroics by Deathmaker bailing them out from an unwinnable situation.
I mean, yeah, Deathmaker really turning the screws on VAC Banned and turning the tides of that round. But frankly speaking, he should never have gotten one, let alone two frags from that position, considering that Jimmy had already spotted him. I really don't know what's going on. Adi, this really looks like a complete shutdown of communication. Are they in the same TeamSpeak lobby at this point, is what I'm wondering.
And what I fear is that sort of round, by the way, it completely destroys your confidence. I've played... Whoa.
Oh, someone's revving their engines in South Bombay, ladies and gentlemen. Start your engines. Just as the revving starts, so does VAC Banned's hit on the A bomb site. Hellfighters completely blinded. And Jimmy, true to his name, true to his form, he has made his way onto the site, only to get shut down by Mr. Hellfighter himself. But there come the trades. Kappa raining death and destruction with his M4 onto two people. And now it's all down to the lonesome IGL, Mr. Chris himself. They have armor pistoled it up, but they are on max loss bonus for I don't know how long. So, you know, right now it's not about the economy. It's literally about getting points on the board. And VAC Banned, please get at least one round on the board.
Yeah, and again, it was at least this time it was a force buy by VAC Banned, right? They did manage to put in some damage, but ATE right now is being as brutal as that bike outside my window. By the way, my room is soundproofed. That's how loud that bike was. Completely, I mean, what is that word?
Asinine.
Yeah, probably. But Chris, his mic just, the sound, Ritz figures it out, turns around, repositions. He's gonna get the frag with the op as well. That's absolutely unfortunate for Chris. And Ritz is like, oh, you're gonna knife me? Nah, my friend, nah.
No. Not today. Once is enough. Oh no, that was Ryder who got, you know, prison yard shanked in the back with a shiv.
Oh yeah, by the way, sorry to cut you off again. Ryder has replaced Krish in ATE Gaming. I have received an email, by the way, from the manager of ATE Gaming stating that Krish is no longer with them. But of course, he is roster locked till the end of the season, so they might as well have used him.
I know.
But anyway, Jimmy missing the shot onto Deathmaker. It's another slow round coming in by VAC Banned. Jimmy is gonna get forced ahead. A couple of nades. They've not done any damage though. The smoke has come in though. Jimmy rattling off a shot, but the Molotovs, the utility usage by ATE to trap them into that tiny room. It's not gonna come to fruition though. They're gonna have to fall off the angle. At least Ritz is. And it does look like VAC Banned is gonna go for some sort of execute onto the B bomb side after a little bit of a fake onto A. And again, they're going for the elaborate, but I honestly think they should just bunch up at this point. 10 rounds the elaborate hasn't worked. Why would it work now? Hellfighter spots out Chris walking out of the A ramp. And Deathmaker, he whiffs his spray, does get free kill vow really low. But somehow Deathmaker's still gonna get a frag onto Ritz while onto Jimmy, while Ritz does mop up the rest. It's a flurry of frags, and Ritz and Chris is now left in a 1v3 situation, and he's gonna get taken out by Ryder. The double ops stinging for ATE.
I'm at a loss for words, Adi. Like I've cast my fair share of Counter-Strike in the past 1.5 years, but till date I have never seen the dismantling of a team such as this. It looks like ATE just woke up on the wrong side of the bed and they were like in destruction mode today. They're just wrecking everything that comes in their path. Hellfighter again. Who plays this angle? Look at the balls in this guy and gets 2 kills. He's like out in the open. He's like, bell, mujhe maar, and he comes and gets like 2 kills out of the blue. And now it's all down to Spawn, and he's gonna get nailed to the wall by that AWP. Ryder is just like, not today. 16-0, here we come.
This is a massively dominant performance coming in by AT Gaming, by the way. Day before, they played Portal Esports off stream because it was a rescheduled game. And they defeated Portal Esports 16-3 on cash. So clearly AT Gaming has come into their own now, and they're just showing that they can be absolutely ruthless when it comes to it. And VAC Banned now, they have absolutely no answer to this. They're gonna try something else as well. They're gonna go underpass. It is another force buy, just pistols and armor. They haven't been able to do it with ops, with M4s, with AKs, rather. But Ritz is gonna fall to the CZ, the powerful CZ, right in the face of Ritz. It's gonna recover that off as well. Kappa though, with a great flashbang. He's gonna get the frag onto Ranikaka. He's gonna be able to fall off as well. Ryder gets another one as well. The man advantage is all of a sudden in ATE's favor. In fact, it's going to be a 4v2 situation now. And even when VAC Banned get the first frag, nothing goes their way after that because of ATE's brilliance. And I say that, and Kappa walks out randomly and dies to free kill. The curse of the commentator.
I mean, at this moment, it's just confidence play, right? I swear, ATE, for lack of a better word, is just kicking around with VAC Banned all over the map. VAC Banned are like that. They're like that football right now that gets kicked around the playground by every kid and
has lost all its air.
Yeah, it's just deflated. It's defeated. There's no strut in its stride. And VAC Banned and AT are just like, alright, if you're gonna roll over, keel over, and die, we're gonna make it as painful for you as possible. They're just rubbing it like victory in VAC Banned's faces right now. Nothing's hitting. You can see from the confidence how deflated VAC Banned are. Free kill, missing that shot. Finally, the opening pick. Hellfighter, the danger man, getting taken out, and Ritz getting taken down very low. Still has the AWP, but Kappa just neutralizing the man advantage ever so casually, like they're walking out and getting kills left, right, and center. This is ridiculous, man.
Ritz and Ryder, they're stuck now, but Jimmy does have to fall back because he's lost the position and the bullets, but Jimmy is going to get the bomb planted in. Couple of smokes helping him cross over to the bomb side. It's a 2v2 situation. If VAC Banned can pick up a round, this is the time to do it. You shouldn't be losing a 2v2 retake, but weirder things have happened. Jimmy is going to get peeked by Deathmaker. He was really low. Standing out in the open like that is absolutely foolhardy. Free kill. He spots out Deathmaker, but Deathmaker is going to take him down, and another round that VAC Banned should have won the second time in this game. A round that was theirs for the taking has completely been shut out by ATE. And yeah, I mean, like I said, if you can't win those rounds, what are you gonna do? It's just, ATE has just been so brilliant today. I can't even fault VAC Banned, to be honest. They've thrown everything and the kitchen sink towards ATE, but that defense has just been... I just look at them right now.
Yeah.
They're just throwing some extra guns around. They're like, we have so much money, man.
No, Ritz is literally making it rain. He's like, M4 for you, M4 for you, M4 for everybody.
But nobody wants that silenced M4. They're
Yeah,
like, that's the wrong M4 to have, my friend.
Exactly. And the thing is, last round, Deathmaker literally pushes Firebox and goes like, huh, free kill. Wow. And just clutches that round out for his team.
But Ranekaka does get the man advantage. Ryder finally taken down. That op is not going to sing in this round, but the man advantage has been neutralized. The trade came in by Hellfighter. And Kappa's going to be taken down by Jimmy as well. And now, finally, VAC Banned might be able to pick up a round because they're rotating towards the A position. They have the pincer. And it's only Hellfighter towards the A position, towards the A bomb site, defending it now. Chris is going to be spotted out by him. Hellfighter is going to do the smart thing. He's going to fall back towards the CD spawn, live to fight another moment. Deathmaker in the meanwhile, from the B-shot position, has taken out Jimmy at the connector. Hellfighter with the op kill onto Chris through the smoke, right from the top of the smoke. And now all of a sudden the man advantage is in the CT's favor. Ritz has spotted out spawn. And he has the angle.
Yeah, this is going to get hairy. If they peek it, they're dead. And they're dead.
The trade though comes in by Spawn. I thought that was going to be a collateral, but Spawn does get a double kill. Hellfighter was really low. Deathmaker now at 18 points of health. Spawn at 16. Spawn has the op though. Deathmaker has the advantage at this point. The bomb plant's going to come in. Is Deathmaker going to check B? The answer is yes, and he's going to see he's going to get Spawn. He's going to catch Spawn looking the wrong way, and that's 15-0. 15-0. Let that sink in for ATE Gaming. What a dominant half.
The dream is alive, Vadi. The dream is well and alive. And my god, just talk about bad luck as well. The moment Chris turns around, he finds himself shot in the butt. And Deathmaker will be like, cool, I'm gonna take that. And look at the frag distribution. It's not like it's been a one-man show from ATE. Everybody has turned up and is firing on all cylinders. Like just take a look at that. 18, 15, 14, 13, 14. You don't get to see a more even distribution of frags in a 15-0 half. This has been one of the most one-sided, if not the most one-sided game I have ever cast of Indian Counter-Strike in my brief history as a caster.
You know, you've been casting for donkey's years, man, Fett. Hasn't it been like 2 years almost?
It's a year, but yeah, in terms of Indian CSGO,
it feels like 2 years.
Yeah, it feels like an eternity. But nevertheless, this has been a treat to cast and watch. Like, this, till now, has not just been a spanking. It's been, like, I don't know what this has been. Adi, you need to come up with a new term, right? It's the B hit.
Jimmy does get the first frag. Free kill is going to get taken down by Hellfighter. Jimmy is replied by 2 frags, by the way. And the bomb plant isn't going to come in right now. It is a 3v4 situation. Jimmy is aware that Ritz could be on the flank, and he gets him as well. Jimmy putting in the work for his team right now. Hellfighter is being whittled down as well. Does get a frag onto Ranekaka, but Spawn is there for the trade. Ryder now stuck at the WAN position. Gonna be taken down by Jimmy again. And that's 4 frags for Jimmy. The hero play coming in, and VAC Banned does finally pick up 1 round, but it is about 15 rounds too late, I would say.
But the dream is dead, Adi. Long live the dream. The dream is dead.
It is indeed dead. And ATE Gaming, I'm surprised they're actually force buying into this, but why not? They do. They could really. Those deagles on Deathmaker and Hellfighter could really sing and could really put in the damage and shut this game out 16-1. But if I was in their position, I would have actually gone for the eco. But Chris with the, well, like I said, the deagle, putting in the work.
He did.
But I like that aggression coming in. Jimmy again, 3 frags for the guy. Wow. Again, he's gonna solo play this. Spawn's gonna get the frag onto Ryder as well. And AT Gaming's force buy is not gonna work out. VAC Banned. What? He's just like, he waited. He paused for a second there. He's like, hey, what are you doing, Ritz? And
That was a glorious double take. Like, huh? Huh?
it was kind of flawless as well by VAC Banned as well. 4 players alive. And AT Gaming is going to go in for the eco now. And I think they honestly should go in for the double eco. And in the 5th round of this half should pick up everything they need, because I mean, they have so many rounds in the kitty. They have so many rounds in hand. You don't need to force the issue so early.
Well, let's see. There's still you know what? I've seen weirder things happen. I've seen comebacks from much worse scorelines. We're gonna get blocked.
It's mission accomplished for AT, by the way. They got the bomb plant. Even if they get a few more frags now, it's gonna help, and they are gonna get one more frag at least. And Deathmaker with the knife, he's run past. He can't find him. He's gonna get taken down as well. And the bomb, the full 10-second defuse has come in by Ranekaka. That's just unfortunate for Deathmaker. That knife would have really helped their economy. But now, since the bomb plant has come in for AT Gaming, they have everything they need. And they can close this out 16-3 if they so wish.
You know, it would have been so poetic if you know, Deathmaker actually got the knife, because it would have literally mirrored the previous round in the previous half, the same round on the previous half. One knife, bomb plant, and a bevy of nades and weaponry going into the first buy round for the T's.
And you see the difference, right? Hell, if that knife happened, Deathmaker would have had head armor. He would have had a few grenades, but instead he has an AWP and just no head armor. And against M4s and FAMASs, that's rough, basically. But AT Gaming now, with a slower round, they haven't gone for mid-control again. They've gone for the extremities of the map. They have control over the A-ramp position. They're a little aggressive towards... Ritz is anyways aggressive towards the Palace area, the A apartments. And they have B apartments control as well. They're just waiting for some aggression by VAC Banned, which isn't forthcoming.
Yeah, VAC Banned's just like, nah fam, we've had enough. We're just gonna sit on our laurels and wait for you to come to us. Make your move. That's it. They've checked, and now it's ATE's turn to either show their hand, call VAC Banned's bluff, or go all in. Let's see what happens.
But I like this, by the way, by AT Gaming. They've done this before as well. The late mid-control coming out by them. They smoked the cross much later in the round after checking for some aggression, and there you go with that mid-control. Deathmaker picks up the first frag onto Chris, and that might just be the first nail, well, one of the final nails actually, in the coffin that is VAC Banned. Ranekaka?
It is shaping up to be a B hit, but look at that free kill. Somehow he's rotating off the B bomb side, but nope, the fake has been called out. Ranekaka coming from a very aggressive angle. He can catch 3 players off guard, and he sprays down 3 players. Ranekaka, heroics from him, absolutely god tier. And now there's no time left. They ran the clock a bit too low there, ATE. And Ritz is just gonna have to make his peace. Don't die now, Ritz. Hold on to that AK. And slowly but surely, VAC Banned clawing their way back in, one round at a time. Will they have enough in the tank is the question.
Yeah, but I think Ritz, unfortunately for him, he was trying to go and pick up the AWP that Deathmaker had dropped. But unfortunately, he couldn't make it back in time. And again, AT Gaming is going to have to go with the eco. And Ritz, I want to see if that smoke lands, by the way. I think the lineup has been missed. Nope, I'm wrong. The smoke lands at the middle position, at the window. And it is an eco round by AT. A couple of pistols and armor on Rider and Hellfighter as well. But this should be VAC Banned's round. Spawn again with the aggression. Kappa's being taken down. And that AK on Ritz actually needs to do the bulk of the work this round.
Yeah, that AK needs to sing. And Ritz, I mean, in his heyday, I would have trusted him with it. But then again, the way he's been playing today, look at that. Oh, that timing free kill, wow. Lady Luck just shines on him, but not onto Spawn, because he's just gonna get taken down. Ritz, okay then. You asked for the AK and it has turned up. Chris needs to be careful. If he
Not like this.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. It's just like, not like this. Not like this. VAC Banned not like this.
But then Rane Kaka has come in with the flank, and I don't know if they'll be expecting this, but Deathmaker, he's got the perfect angle for this. All right, this is over. Oh, da-da, 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 da-da. Oh, the Jags music, the Jaws music playing in my head, and Ritz with the revenge knife onto Chris. All right, that was one of the most interesting ways to end a game.
And one of the most one-sided ways to end a game as well, right? Just showing your utter dominance with a knife. Ritz just being absolutely cheeky and disgusting there. But yeah, I mean, there isn't much to say about this game. AT Gaming just being absolutely dominant, and VAC Banned, it did look a little promising for them, but it's 15-0 is a massive, massive mountain to climb. And Fett, do you have any closing words? Because I'm at a loss for words, because 16-4, ATE, so in control.
Yeah, I think the scoreline does all the talking. There's no need for any closing statements. The scoreline is the eulogy for this map.
And yep, apparently it is. So that was Fett and I was Adi. We're going to go back to the studio where Mamba and Vagish can try to break down this game for you and find out where it went wrong for VAC Banned.
Welcome back to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons' Masters League, ladies and gentlemen. Thrashing is the word we're fetching for.
Are you looking forward to another Facebook post, is it?
These are Adi's words, not mine.
No, but it was a pretty one-sided affair, though.
It was a pretty one-sided affair. Come on, let's be very frank about it. VAC Banned are a good team. They are in the Masters League. Not going to take that away from them anywhere, anyhow, any place. It's just that ATE overpowered them, outgunned them, outmanned them wherever possible. Sure, in the last leagues of the game, we saw some furore of action. Though that spray, Rane, Kaka, everybody coming up, rising up to the occasion. Sure, but nah.
I mean, they made a lot of mistakes, actually. I mean, if I was supposed to point out individual rounds, I think I could go on and on for like the next 15, 20
let's
minutes.
not do that. Let's not do
every
that.
single round, I could break down something that was wrong. And I remember this one round where they actually had a man advantage. Or a two-man advantage. I think it was a man advantage. I forgot the round number, but it was Hellfire who picked up the op. He got on top of the A tower, got the pick onto stairs, and then they equalized the situation. They lost one more player because they basically went in towards the A bombs. They tried taking jungle control and rotate towards the B bombs, which was, in my opinion, if you know there's an op towards the CD base, it's the most ridiculous decision you can make because it was pretty late in the round. They already had past information, so there is going to be someone from the B-bomb side watching and keeping an eye towards Kitchen. And Rich did exactly that. He got the first pick. Even though he got traded out in a 1v1 situation, there was not much the other guy could have done because it was surviving on 6 points of health. And that just goes on to show the amount of hesitation these guys had in terms of their decision making. So their decision making was subpar. Even though individually, there were occasions when they stood up with their aim, with the coordination as well, but I think overall the decision making was subpar and they did not play the best counter-strike that they could.
Indeed. I couldn't disagree more with you, Mamba. Well, that sums up today's Counter-Strike game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back again some Dota 2 action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.